Hello, West Ham Network. It's Holly and I am here with your Hammers headlines for today, Wednesday, the 20th of September, 2023, run in association with KUMB.com. Today, we are going to be running through a key member of the team that can't play tomorrow, upcoming departure news, and the sale of a player which could have ended up being a little bit of a blessing in disguise for West Ham. So without further ado, let's jump straight into today's news. Up first, Edson Alvarez has been ruled out of our Europa League opener against Serbian side TSC Bakatopola. This is because he was shown a second yellow in the last minute of Ajax's game against Union Berlin back in February, resulting in him being sent off with a one-game ban. This ban carries over to this year's competition, meaning we are the lucky team that get punished for this. On the bright side, Alvarez did go down in our last game with fatigue, and while it's not ideal having him out for this game, it's going to give him a little bit more time to become fully fit for the Liverpool game. So hopefully he'll have the freshest legs he ever did have. But could this mean that Mavropanos is finally introduced for this game? He's one player that I'm really excited to see play, and we all saw how well he did over the international break. For anyone that didn't know, he scored twice in Greece's 5-0 win against Gibraltar in the Euro qualifiers, and he made it very obvious that as well as being solid in defence, he can also offer a lot in attack. Plus, he of course adds to our list of absolutely gigantic players, making us even more of a threat from set pieces, which, as we know, are working out pretty well for us so far this season. But how would you want to see us set up without Alvarez? And does this mean that you would bring Mavropanos in immediately to strengthen the defence? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. For your second story, it looks as though Ben Johnson could be set to leave in January after it's been reported that he won't be getting an extension to his contract. He joins Connor Coventry in the list of players that will be allowed to leave as free agents next summer once their deals come to an end. The likelihood is that we will now try and shift both players in the January window to make some money on them before they can go on a free. Johnson might not be of the standard that we now need at West Ham, but he's certainly got promise and could do well elsewhere. It just doesn't look as though his future is going to be with West Ham, because it seems that we're obviously really trying hard now to level up our players. Johnson's had opportunities, but just hasn't quite hit that. He's been with the club, though, since he was 7, working his way through the academy and making his way into the senior side. But since his Premier League debut against Man City in February 2019, in fact, he has struggled to make his mark. And he's been in continuous competition, basically, for a place in the squad. He's been in, he's been out. In this time, he's made 87 appearances, scoring 2 goals and 1 assist, as well as having played in every position in our back line. A real turning point, however, seemed to be when we lost 4-0 to Brighton back in March. He didn't have a great performance at all, and then he got no game time for the following 8 matches. So it clearly was a point that was being made. Then this season, he's been on the bench for the first 3 games, but he hasn't played 1 minute or been included in the squad for the last 2 games. Unfortunately, it doesn't come as the biggest surprise that he's not in the club's long-term plans, but of course I wish him all the best and hope that we can find a new club for him in January that is beneficial for him as well as us. And finally, a bit of a different one, as this player isn't really ours anymore, but it seems that West Ham could have sold an injury-prone player at the right time, dare I say it. Scamacca had a good start to the season back in Italy with 2 goals in 4 games in Serie A. However, he now has a first-grade facial lesion of the seed muscle in his left thigh. Do I know what that is? Absolutely not, but it doesn't sound very good. Now, he's expected to have to undergo at least 3 weeks of treatment before being able to start training again. And as we know, with West Ham, he also had an unknown injury, first of all, that kept him out for 43 days, a knee injury that lasted 30 days, a meniscal injury which kept him out for 17 days, knee surgery which sidelined him for 82 days, and now his hammy has gone. So there are clearly problems. I don't actually know if this is in the same leg, but he's obviously a big guy. He's very tall, and it seems that his legs were a little bit of a weak point. So while I was disappointed that we sold him for 26 million, including add-ons, which was a loss of just under 10 million for what we bought him from, it is unlikely that he would have been the long-term answer to our striker challenges, and it could have been a blessing in disguise that we got that much for a player that wasn't likely to turn around his fortune at West Ham, and could well have just been an injury-prone player that ended up going on free at the end of contract. So we seem to be doing okay in terms of goal scoring at the moment. And if you haven't watched my video from this morning about the opportunities for Callum Marshall and Divin Mbama to step up, you definitely should take a look at that, as they both look like very promising additions to the squad in the seasons to come. And in case you didn't know, it's not necessarily a question of which one of them could break through into the first team, because they play alongside each other very, very well in the teams that they're playing in at the moment. So there we have it. Those are your Hammers headlines for today. Whatever you're up to, I hope you have a great day. Enjoy. It's a little bit rainy out there. Stay inside, stay dry. Have a great day. And if you're at the West Ham game tomorrow, come and say hi. I promise I'm friendly and I love a chat. So give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. And we would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, of course. Hopefully you have. But speak soon. And until next time, come on, you Irons.